Hello, this is Game Boy Tetris, or Tetris for the Game Boy, running in the emulator Mesen in Windows. And after trying a bunch of different Tetris ways of getting Tetris classic kind of play, well, no, classic graphics more like, with modern Tetris rules like hard drop and wall kick and stuff, I was trying the Tetris, the Rosy Retrospection ROM hack from romhacking.net for Tetris Game Boy, and it's got all that stuff and it plays really well, but it was killing my eyeballs because, well, I have a little photosensitivity and the default colors for the NES, where am I going here, or for the Game Boy. Well, not default, but, well, yeah, any of the defaults. So, but I was using high contrast. I guess by default you would go with this. That bright background was just burning my retinas somehow, looking at it for a long period of time. It doesn't seem that bad at first, but yeah, after a while it was just really, found I was like squinting looking at the screen. But it finally occurred to me, and I tried like turning the colors negative, like swapping the values, but that just doesn't work. That looks horrific. Because you can mess with the palette in Mesen. And I finally just gave up on it. I thought, well, I just can't play this. If it's just gonna set my eyeballs on fire after playing it for an extended period of time. But what I finally realized, well, I mean, like, this doesn't feel that bad. I was mostly playing it on the high, Mesen's high contrast preset, which does feel a bit, why is it oh no, which, you know, in retrospect does feel a bit bright. So it finally occurred to me that, well, I can just, I guess either, I mean, the default grayscale is actually not too bad here. But I think I do strain a bit at this because you're just not getting full white, so it feels like it's kind of hazy. Like I was having a problem sort of like that in Tetris the Grandmaster, although that was more with the ghost piece. But actually what I found was, let's see, I keep ending up on the wrong video tab. If I do high contrast and then go, oh, where did I write down that value? I just kind of picked a color quickly that was sort of a medium color for background one. This first one here, and it's interesting to note that the falling pieces use this second color bar, the sprites number 1. I'm not sure if anything in Game Boy Tetris uses sprites number 2, but anyway, if I change this first white color to a sort of middle tone, and it just happened to be this mauve color, or mauve if you're British, I think, something like that. Anyway, I'm not saying that's the best color necessarily. That suddenly my retinas no longer feel like they're being roasted. So I think I can play Game Boy Tetris with something like this. And that means I can play a modern version of Tetris using the Rosy Retrospection ROM hack, and I screwed that up. I mean, not that I'm any good at it, but... Oh, come on, that didn't complete a line? What the heck was that? That line was complete. What the dickens? I guess maybe I got game over at the same moment. Oh, that's a funny name. So yeah, I think maybe I can play this. I mean, I think the reason this works if it does work. Only time will tell. Is that the falling piece is still using the full white and full black from that Sprites #1 palette. And so you're still getting the full sort of range of color, and my eyeballs don't feel like it's a hazy, they're looking through a haze or something, because they still see that full white somewhere most of the time. So this could be working, and this could be a Tetris I can play. I don't think so. I basically came down to, I like regular NES Tetris with a little aesthetic hack, nostalgic, that tones down the flashing in the background, in effect, when you make a Tetris. But I also keep wanting to play with modern Tetris rules once in a while, you know? And I don't like the aesthetic of Game Boy Tetris as much as NES Tetris. I think NES Tetris is just gorgeous. But Game Boy Tetris is not bad. It's better looking to me than pretty much any other Tetris besides NES Tetris. I don't know why other Tetrises can't do this, but anyway, I'm in trouble again. So yeah, so I think this is a viable Tetris for me. So maybe I'll just have to alternate between Game Boy Tetris with Rosy Retrospection. I keep wanting to say Retribution, I don't know why. And, oh no, ew. And this. And NES Tetris. Because they're both fun in their own way, you know? And I can't really decide between them so far. But maybe you don't have to. Maybe you can enjoy both. I'm gonna lose. Oh no! Anyway, so that's that. So just changing the first color to a middle, you know, color like this mauve could work for me. So anyway, I think I can play Rosy Retrospection for Game Boy Tetris, which is good because it plays super well and better than any. Well, there is no ROM hack for NES Tetris I could find that does the full like Tetris modern gameplay style. I found a few that do like hard drop, but they both have their own problems. So yeah, anyway, so for modern, this is my modern Tetris. I think my eyeballs can deal with it. So that's the Rosy Retrospection ROM hack for Game Boy Tetris, and I'll probably link to that ROM hack on romhacking.net in the description under the video. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye bye.